Welcome to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. My name is Grant. Today I'm unboxing a game that's come out about 3 to 4 months ago, but to which I just have not been able to get a chance to get on the table. The game is called Risorgimento, and it is a game in the Long Century Operations series designed by Ray Weiss and published by Conflict Simulations Limited. What I would say before getting into this game is a smaller scenario as compared to the Solferino game that uses this same system and is generally in the same time period. So what I would say here first is this is a small publisher. CSL is a small publisher. If you have not played a Ray Weiss game, you're missing out. We've played 3 or 4 of his games over the past 3 or 4 years, the most recent one being the Great Northern War, which was, by all rights, a different type of game. That was a trick-taking game. This is a pretty standard operational hex encounter war game, but if you haven't played those games, you really need to give them a look. Marathon is another one that I own that I need to get to the table. We have played several others of his smaller boxed games and generally always enjoyed them. That's why I continually kind of am attracted to them, buy them, and take a look at them. But once again, there's the cover. I like the simplicity. I think it looks nice. It's a box. I got the boxed version. I think you can get a polybag version. There's different options on their website. But once again, the Long Century Operations series is what this uses as a system. And this battle is in the Second War of Italian Unification. So call me odd, but I'm not sure I know much about that conflict. And that's great. That's one of the reasons I think that we enjoy playing different games on different subjects and different time periods to learn. So very much look forward to cracking this one open. The game includes 2 scenarios. This boxed game includes 2 scenarios, one that covers the 1859 campaign and the other shorter scenario covering the campaign starting at Magenta. I will probably set up and play that shorter campaign just to get a feel for the series and the system. The art on the board and graphics is done by Ilya Kudryashov. He's a fairly popular artist who has done a lot of games and does a really good job. Weight is 5 out of 10. The solitaire suitability is high, 9 out of 10. So this is a game that you can buy and put on your table, even if you have difficulty finding an opponent. I'm blessed to have Alexander, and we play games together often. But if you don't, this is a game that's going to help you out. You get a single solitary black 6-sider. There are 2 sets of rules. So this one is the campaign-specific Risorgimento rules. And then you have the overall series rules, those Long Century Operations series rules. So you've got to read and understand these first. Then you can read and digest Risorgimento before you get it to the table. Anything in these series or this specific module rules will trump or counteract anything that is in conflict with. But I wanted to show you this because I was doing a little bit of kind of diving into it before I started this unboxing, but I'm not an expert on it, frankly. The Long Century Operations series, here reading from the rulebook, is an operational engine focusing on simulating linear warfare in the age of the rifle from the Crimean War to the early part of World War I. The LCOS system emphasizes command and control, planning, and resource management as key gameplay principles. I always like it when a good operational game throws in resource management as well as command and control. But those series rules are really just 16 pages, and the last page here is just developer's notes. I think that Matt Ward is his developer. That was on the back of the Frank Pacella and Matt Ward. So those are the developers. So those are their notes. But once again, that's the series rules. And then Risorgimento, 16 pages for the series rules, sorry. And then 8 pages here for the module specific. And I say 8 pages, but a lot of these are the scenarios. Scenarios pick up on page 5 of 8. So about half the rule book is the scenarios. So that's a look at the rules. The next thing that we see are the counters. There are 3 half counter sheets here. And you can see this was somewhat of a full counter sheet that was just clipped. They came in a bag. I got rid of the bag. Clear counters, not a ton of information. These are strength points. You can see the different numbers here. Great illustrations of the units that you can see there. They're on these dark blue counters. And then here's some other strength points down here for the different sides. These are HQs and then even more strength points here, but different fort destroyed counters. So I think they look pretty good. They're double-sided counters. I'll show you here in a moment. I wish that they would find I'm going to be honest, a different printer. Because sometimes these counters, it's hard to get out of the sprue. It's like it's not 100% coming off easily. And you can see it has a little bit of a side nub on it. It's not a big deal. These are pre-rounded though, which is kind of nice. Not going to require me to clip these for an hour. I can bust them out and get them on the table very, very quickly. Counter just fell out there that I had just put in. But nice looking counters. They're simple, straightforward. I appreciate that. The game also comes with a play aid. It is single-sided. And this is going to help you with your battles, surrendering. The sequence of play is up here on the right. Mobilization, your different HQs, what they can and cannot do, and then how you take losses during combat. So I always like a good, simple, and simplified player aid, and I feel like that is there. Here, let's go ahead and take a look at the map. I didn't look at the size of the map, but it looks like it's 22 by 17, if I were guessing off the top of my head. Great looking map, though. I'm going to go ahead and close it back up and show you, because I very much appreciate what Ilya has done here. These hexes are filled with the different terrain types. You can see they're very clear. I like how they've got it almost looks like a fingerprint, but it represents terrain that is elevated, which I think is kind of cool. You've also got some cross hatch here for the open or clear terrain. The rail lines very clearly marked. The rivers, both the major and the minor, very clearly marked. Victory point hexes, as well as this is a fortification, a level 3 fort in Alessandria. And then here Turin only has a level 1 fort. Nice play aid thing, VP track, game round track, general records track. And then here are those different terrain effects. Very well laid out. And then you have combat modifiers here. They say advanced rules only. But really a very nice looking board. I think Ray's gone to a good extent to try to get a decent looking product, and I think he knocks it out of the park with this one. There are all different types of factions that you're going to play with, as evidenced here by the different colors. I'm not going to go into that in detail because I have not read the rules all the way through. But there you have it. Those are the components for Risorgimento Long Century Operations Series. I am going to try to get this one to the table here by the end of the year. One, I think it's deserving of giving it a look, and two, I want to play this kind of an operational game kind of on my own. But I will also talk to Alexander about playing with me as well. But there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed the look at the components. And if you don't know much about Conflict Simulations Limited, I think Ray has a lot of good games on his site, and you should probably check those out. I think my favorite game of his that he designed was Rostov 41 in the Standard Combat Series for MMP. So Ray's a solid designer. You need to give some of his games a chance, give them a shot. So Risorgimento, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I've been Grant for the Player's Aid.